Hello and good morning, good afternoon, or whenever you're listening to us. This is the Latin Minute. We want to welcome you guys back and thank you for chiming in, tuning in, listening in, whatever.
Ma'am.
For you guys that know us, we are best friends. This is my best friend Fausto.
Aww.
Sometimes.
I wish I could say the same.
And I am Betty. And basically, when you listen to our podcast, it's like listening to a phone call that we have probably multiple times a week.
Yes.
When we're not hanging out together, also multiple times a week. But we are just glad that you guys are tuning in and having fun with us. So.
Yes. Thank you for having me again.
So right now we're going to go ahead and give an homage to our mothers. For everybody that had a Latin mama, don't forget to
Levántate y ponte a limpiar, cochino.
Did you see that video I sent you this week about the Dominican mom?
Oh my God, I love that. But it's so true though. So the Dominican mom, I don't know, early in the morning, put some big, huge speakers.
She had like a
with a
karaoke
microphone,
set.
like with lights that goes off of the box.
Like, yeah.
And then it's like, levántense,
Los jóvenes de esta casa.
los jóvenes. I see you.
I see you. I see. They're like hiding in the door. They look out and she's like, look at the kitchen. It looks horrible. Everybody get up and cook or get up and clean because if not, no lunch.
No lunch. And that what happens to me every time that I used to visit one of my grandfathers.
Yeah.
On my mom's side. He used to do it every single time that I was.
He woke you up.
Oh my God. He never whooped me. But he was the one who throwing water in my face saying, you gotta get up. If you're gonna visit me, you have to go and clean and earn your breakfast.
Dang.
You wanna make sure that I'm like, oh, that's why I don't talk to you.
What about your mama side?
The total opposite. No,
Really?
that one that I just mentioned is my mother's father.
Oh, okay.
Ironically. And then my father's parents.
Yeah.
It was the total opposite. It was like, if you come to visit us and stay for 2 weeks in our house, just sleep late, wake up, eat, poop, and go back to sleep. Do whatever you want. We're just so happy that you're here.
Were you the fragile child?
I was the AKA fragile child, which would translate to this to what, Betty?
The gay child.
El marico.
Pobrecito.
See, I was very fragile. Believe it or
Yes.
not. I was very, very, not fragile,
No.
just sensitive.
Yeah, they
So-
thought you were special.
They thought I was gay. This is how I was born, honey. Nació varón, un poco fino, pero varón.
And obviously, we're going to start our show with every show that we start with our tradition here. And we've got your Express Yourself. Today, we have some bustelo with some azuquita.
Salud, amiga. Like you, like cheer, like
Oh,
cheer.
wait, can we do that?
Yeah. I got up.
Okay.
Almost there.
Listen, for all of you that do not see the lives, you should check them out too. We post our videos of everything that's happening behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yes.
So, but just check us out on our Facebook page. We do release them a few weeks after we release the podcast. But the podcast is the latest and freshest. But you can see the behind the scenes and hopefully you'll tune in. All right. So
let's jump into juicy stuff.
let's jump into it.
Oh, by the way, quick
What?
question. I
What?
forgot to ask you.
Dime.
How was your Thanksgiving? Real quick, with your familia.
Bueno.
Okay. Have a seat.
It was great. No, have a seat. Nothing. It was great. It was
Okay.
just my parents came over. My brother's in North Carolina enjoying beautiful weather. And so it was just my parents, my son, my husband. And then we invited our delivery driver, who's also a friend.
I love Matt.
We love him. So shout out to First Class Delivery.
Shout out to First
They're
Class,
here in
yes.
Cape Coral, and they do a lot of your errands, your grocery shopping, and everything else. They're fantastic. But this guy, he's just like warmed my heart because he's here by himself, right now, and we just extended a seat at our table, and he's become family. He drives my son to
love
school
him.
every day, so he's here
I
all the
love
time.
Yeah, shout out to Matt. It's
shout out,
one of
Matt.
the special people that I really, really
We love
enjoy. Every
him.
time that I see him, I enjoy his company.
And
a lot.
then I had a pop in.
Oh,
which was Fausto and his husband.
We should have. We were driving in the neighborhood, and we just
With a pie.
saw a sad house that needed a energy.
Needed
We
some
just started to walk
spiciness.
in, and just here I am, making it Thanksgiving now.
But we love it because you know what? When we get together, we always have a great time, and boy, do we laugh when we have a great
so
time.
stupid.
And then we ate so much dessert.
So gordos.
Gordos y pero contentos y se felices.
Do you know what they say?
What?
Lo que no te mata te hace más fuerte o más gordo.
Oh, te engorda. That is
And
us.
we're still alive. That means that we're getting fucked.
Yeah. So you guys, if you've been tuning in, we love to, at least I do. I love to go to TikTok and find a lot of things. So
Yeah.
I always share them with Fausto. Fausto, how many messages did you get from me this week? I don't even know.
After I unblock you, I think like about 7 a day. 7 to 10 a day. And then I block you back. And then they don't disappear. They just accumulate. And all of a sudden you release them back to the wild of messages.
And I just
But
send
yes,
him
a
like
lot.
jokes and like stupid videos of things that remind us of us. I find it hilarious. So that is like a way that we spend time with each other without saying words to each other. We just find stupid videos and then we send it to each
Share it.
other. And then every now and then we include both of our husbands and they look at us like, what?
What? Can you please remove me from this list?
Why am I on this awful
I don't-
watch list?
I don't need an extended warranty.
These Latinos are out of their mind.
I
But we
know,
have a
but
great
yes, we
time,
have a
though.
great time.
We do. We laugh. So one of the things that I kind of went into the rabbit hole and started following was Tally the Disney elf. Have you heard about him?
Tally?
Tally.
Tally.
Tally. So if
Okay.
you look him up on TikTok, there's so many pages dedicated to him, and people are actually posting his pictures and videos everywhere. He is a Disney elf here located in Orlando.
Okay.
He has actually Santa's list. So he walks around the parade with a big giant pencil and asking people for their name. And then he checks if they're on the naughty list or on the good list. And he makes a big spectacle of it. And people love him. They see him coming. They know Tally's there. They love him. So he's become like his little superstar in Disney. And I thought you're going to get a kick out of this guy. He's so animated.
Where is he? Where is he? In
Orlando. Yeah, Disney.
Disney? Get out of here.
Check it out.
I got Santa's list right here. What's your name? Jason. Jason. That's a good name. But it's a naughty name. What's your name? Jessica. Naughty. Jessica. You should be ashamed, Jessica. You got some time, Jessica. What's your name?
Bob.
Bob?
That was a good name.
Mr. Bear, we're looking for Bob. Naughty! Bob. I expected more, Bob. Get it together, Bob. What's your name? Chris. Naughty! Chris! You're not fooling anybody with those. You need to get it together. What's your name?
Claudia.
Claudia! Nice! 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 What's your name?
Ashley.
Ashley? Naughty! Ashley! Ashley! We were rooting for you, Ashley. Here, look, I'm gonna help you out, okay?
Thank you.
You don't tell Santa. Don't tell Santa, Ashley. What? You keep it down. You keep it down right there. All right, Ashley, you got it.
I said, if you were an elf, that would be you.
What if I say my name is Fausto?
He'll be like,
What?
Fausto!
You're in the filthy league.
Give me your number.
Let me have. Exactly. Give me a number.
But yeah, he's made a big TikTok sensation. He's definitely getting popular with everybody. They love his little sassiness, and he is in the Orlando parade for sure at the Disney. So right now, all the Disney Christmas Disney is happening. So if you're here in Florida, that's something you may want to check out.
Have you been to Disney in any of the Christmas or New Year's Eve?
I only would go to Disney during Christmas because when I was a kid, it was my dad would be like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I'm like, "I want to go to Disney." That was like the big thing. And my birthday is December 14th. So guess what? Disney stuff is all Christmas. So I got to enjoy Disney. And number two, it's not 157 degrees.
Thank you.
So I will not go to a theme park if it's literally feeling
my
like
God,
the devil.
And not
Like the
just that-
devil lives there. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and it's crazy because Christopher took me to Disney. Like I went there when I was a kid.
Yeah.
With my mom long time ago, and I was a kid, so I did enjoy it 100%. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm a kid. Now we went back like in 2018,
grown-ups?
19 as a grown up. No,
It's different, right?
You just hear a lot of kids crying.
That's the thing that happens with Disney. So I kind of migrated. I used to be like a big Disney fan, right? So when I was young, I was like, oh my God, the Disney shows, they used to make me cry. I would watch the Disney movies. You know, I was a kid. I loved it, you know? And then when I got older, I think we went for like our high school senior, like our senior day or whatever. It was a
Okay.
Disney trip. So we went there, and that was the first time I went like just with friends and no parents, and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be so cool. And I was like, oh okay, yeah, this is cool that I'm with my friends, but it wasn't like
It was
The
not like that you were
magic.
exactly.
the magic of the Little Mermaid and all these things were kind of, it wasn't there as much. And then it kind of went away from me. But I'll tell you what brought it back. I took my son.
Oh no way! Yeah, you
Yeah.
saw everything through his perspective.
So when I took my son, like the first time to Disney, I was like, you know, just seeing him go, oh my gosh, like that's a huge castle, Mom. And, you know, and just being excited and wanting to ride things. And I was like, oh, there it is. I felt it again. I felt it again.
I know.
And so I cried. I stood there and I cried.
You
yeah,
did?
I did. Like I stood like in front of like the, you know, where everybody's like taking beautiful pictures in front of the big castle. I'm like, my son likes this.
Oh my God! Did you fix
Yeah.
your makeup later on?
I wear waterproof, so we're good.
Oh, you're fancy. You're fancy.
I never go nowhere without my MAC waterproof eyeliner, because if not, I would look like a raccoon. I cry for everything, Fausto.
Girl.
Everything used to make me cry. Like I've gotten harder now. Like now I'm like more, you know, tough.
Like tougher.
But everything used to make me cry. Like
Are you about to cry right now?
probably.
But it's so funny what you said. Oh, you know what? It's funny because I think a couple of days ago I mentioned to you I've never seen you without makeup
I know.
in my life.
Even when I gave
many
birth.
years. I know. Okay, listen, everybody. This is so funny. We were sharing photos when we were kids and whatever one day, like a couple of years ago, and all of a sudden she's like, you know, this is when I was delivering
This is my son
Jonathan.
being born.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden,
I mean, but it was no
I was
picture.
expecting.
There was
I
no picture
expecting,
of
like,
my-
her all messed up. She just delivered.
There was no picture. There was no picture of my vajayjay or nothing like that. It was just my face. Yeah.
Exactly. But I was expecting you like all crying, sweaty. No, this woman blow her hair,
I did my makeup.
did the makeup.
Yeah.
I think she went with high heels.
If they would have let me, I probably would have.
Then I was like, oh, finally, I'm going to see a picture of her without makeup. No, sir.
No.
No, sir. I feel that a day that you show me your face without makeup, that's the day that we cross another level of friendship.
Yeah, we'll see when we
Oh,
get there.
maybe you're kicking me out. But
Maybe
yes.
that's how I get rid of you.
But I always see you so beautiful, like all the
Aw.
makeup so gorgeous. I'm like, I've
Thank
never
you.
seen you with that. I wonder
Thank
what's
you, thank
behind.
What is she hiding behind
What's she
there?
hiding in those all this beauty face?
No, no, no.
But that is crazy though.
It just makes me feel better. And you know what? It's funny because it's always been a Latina thing.
It is.
Like my mother, she
Absolutely.
my mother could be in a house coat. My mom could be wearing like those little like viejita dresses, but you look at her hair is done,
Every single day.
her makeup is on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she does not. She always smells good. She does not wake up and just like roll around like looking like trash. Like that is not her thing. Like she has to like always, like I said, even if she's in her batacasa, she's always dressed up like her face and everything. And it's cute because my mom's 78 years old. She's 79.
Oh my God.
She'll be 80 in
Bless her
January.
soul.
Yeah. And it's just like funny to watch it because I'm like, she always just like, you don't just roll out of bed and like not do your thing. Like you gotta at least brush your hair and put your makeup on and stuff. So that was something that she taught me, and that's just what I do.
And it's one of those things.
I could be in pajamas and I will have makeup on. I will do my hair. You know, like it's just weird. I don't
Those are
know.
beautiful habits, though. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, beautiful habits.
My mom said she didn't want to be that like la vieja that everybody like. Ay, que vieja más asquerosa. That's
Oh
what
my
she
God,
was saying to me.
la vieja más viejita. No,
qué vieja
she
esta.
always looks so elegant, and I love that. I think for women, I mean, even if you don't do it, you're beautiful. But when you wake up and no matter what, you just fix your hair, your makeup.
My
you
mom
know, makes a difference.
My
Like,
mom
you
always
ready for
wears a
visitors.
scarf, or she has a brooch, or she's got something, you know, like the necklace message, you know, it matches the earrings, and she's got her whole little thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's adorable. So she loves feeling good about herself, and she will dress up to go to Walmart, and she will dress up to go to
Love her.
Publix.
I love her.
She
Love
goes
her,
to the
love her.
doctor's office like she's going to like a quince or something. Like to her, that's important. Because she doesn't want the doctor to think that there's something wrong with her. You know, like she's gonna go, how many things can I hide? Are you limping? No, it's my tacones. That's my mom. You know, it's like okay.
Oh my God! Now talking about good habits about moms, have you?
Yeah.
Do you have your mom, your Hispanic Latina mom?
Yeah.
That when you walk to their house and try to like dry your hands when they're, you know, and you see the very beautiful folded
Yes.
towels, you know that those towels are not meant to be
No.
used.
You don't touch those. Eso es para decoración.
Decoración. Oh my God, you're right.
My mom had literally the neighbor sew onto like a regular thing of towels from like Kmart,
Okay.
like like
Contame.
a lace border and like flowers in the middle. Like she put like a big flower and like a
What?
lace, and it was like just like regular towels that she got from like I said Kmart. And then she would have them like hung in the bathroom, and we don't touch them. Like I know like sometimes like I would be like, oh whatever, and I'll use the corner, like try not to mess it up and put it back. But salad, you know, like it's still like a little crunchy where I did it, and she would come in and be like, yo no puedo creer que con todas las toallas que hay en ese closet,
Usaste esa.
you have the audacity to use the towels in the bathroom?
Yes.
How dare you? You know, and I was like, what? And I'm like, Mom, what are we waiting for? The Pope? Like, who's coming? Who's coming? Like, whose hands are so important that they can use that? Is that the only one that can use
I
it?
love it.
So we had that. And then my mom has a bunch of dust collectors. I don't know if you know what that means.
Dust collector?
Dust collectors. So she had
No.
like all these decorations that you have in her bathroom. So it looks like you walk into like a gala. So you go into the bathroom and the toilet is wearing a prom dress.
Oh my
You know-
God. Oh my God. My grandmother. My grandmother used to do that.
It had like a toilet cover that had like foo
Like mero
like
crochet
thing,
sometimes.
crochets. I don't know.
Ajá.
Okay, so you walk into the throne that looks like it came out of the quinces, and then there's always like this little girl that sits behind the toilet.
Yes.
And she's like,
Like-
the half of a doll with a
with a
crochet dress.
Oh
And-
my God, that poofy like a quinceañera.
And there's a roll of toilet paper in there, but don't use that toilet paper because that's for decoración.
Decoración.
You don't use that one.
Oh no. What about the little angels?
Oh my God,
The
yes.
angels, the ceramic,
We had the
querubines.
angels. No, the best one. My mom
Can
had.
we Google it?
My
I
mom
gotta see them.
had like this little bathtub. It looked like a little mini like doll bathtub, right?
Yes.
And she had it filled with. I don't know if this is before your time because I know I'm a lot older than you.
oh no.
Okay.
But not older for Latin bathroom decoration.
It probably-
it's not that old.
This probably lasted about 2 or 3 decades for everybody. Anyway,
Yes.
we used to have like these little round balls that were made of plastic, and inside they had like a little like oil, like a little juice. You know, and they were like in different colors, and they were supposed to be like for your skin. We weren't allowed to touch them. So my mom had them all piled up in this little like bathtub looking thing on
Okay.
the sink, and they would just like collect dust because if you get them wet, then they melt. So
Yes.
you couldn't get them wet because they're like soap. And so like we literally like my mom would be like she would rotate them, like she would take the top ones off, put them on the bottom, and then put the fresh ones on top, and this went on and on and on and on and on for years. Then we couldn't touch the stupid little balls. So when I grew up and I had my own place, I went and I bought a whole big package of those little balls and I threw them all in my sink. I mean in my bathtub, and I
Get
slipped.
out of here.
I slipped.
No.
Yes, they were just oil. I didn't know that. I thought they were soap. So that I literally just went, woo. And I'm
Wow.
like, that taught me a lesson. Listen to your mother. Don't touch the little oil bubbles.
No.
Yeah.
What else do we have? The Latinas or grandmothers? Because Latina mothers, that's kind of like
The
fall
towels
into
are always number one. Oh,
the China.
the sofa. Did you have
Oh,
a sofa you couldn't sit
The
on?
sofa that I couldn't sit on. Sometimes
had
I was
one.
wrapping still in the plastic.
Yes. I had okay, so we had the one in the living room, and she had it covered. There was like a plastic it came with that never got removed until it turned yellow and it started
Yeah.
cracking. So like the furniture was inside. It was like a fuzzy chair. I don't like a fuzzy sofa. It was weird, but it was covered in this plastic. So you would sit and you would like stick to it, and you're
Stick to it. Yes.
and you would like come off. And even with the plastic, my mom will be like, "Oye, don't take a drink on there. Oye, don't put that there. Oye," and I'm like, "It's covered in plastic. Like, well, isn't that the
Exactly.
whole
You're
point?"
not allowed to eat, drink, nothing. Sit,
Yes.
get up, leave.
And then my brother gave her like this white couch. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
It was like a white sectional. So she put it like in the entrance of our house. It was like a little room that you kind of walk into, but you could not sit there. It was only for visita. And even visita, she would discourage them because when they would come in the house, she would literally stand in front of the couch and like, "Mira, let's go here into the living room," because she didn't want them in the sitting room. "Mira, vamos para acá because I'm gonna make coffee for you. Go over." And then she would like coach them out, and it was
Coach
just
them
funny.
Out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if someone would bring their kid and their kid was rolling on it, I could tell my mom, say, "Ay, qué linda, mira qué linda, mira los zapatos, qué linda, los zapatos están arriba del sofá. ¡Qué linda! Ay, qué linda."
Go get me something so she can move.
Yeah. Beatriz, my mom will be like, "Beatriz, mira la niña, llévala para afuera un ratico para que vea el columpio."
And you got the message right there.
And I knew that was like, get your friend off the couch right now.
Right now.
Right now. Get her outside.
My grandmother, what she had is something that's very particular. You can see
What?
in a lot of Hispanic or a lot of old traditional Hispanic, because not everybody has those traditional more, even if you were born and raised in Latin America or you had Latino parents. So my grandmother had a whole, I don't know how do you say it in English, but it's a chiffonier, que es like a,
Chiffonier.
it's like a stand, like a wood.
Like a
made-
curio with a glass, and
With
it
a
has
glass.
like all the little figurines in it,
Yes,
like from
and the
everybody's
lights,
thing.
and how was special lighting for the
Yes.
figurines. There's sometimes even wine cups that have never been used.
Never.
And a little tea that we don't drink tea, but it's the tea.
Yes,
and
you
then
have
that's,
teacups.
and you there have those locked, okay, and nobody can use it. And
My mom had that.
and you will give that to the next generation,
Yeah.
so you can continue the same path.
The
But those
worst
little
part
things-
was that like in my family, most of our china came from Publix. Like back in the day, this is way before you were here. Back in the day, you used to get these little green coupons, like these little green stickers,
Okay.
and then they used to give you a card. And then every time you went to Publix, they gave you like let's say if you spent $100, you got like a roll of those green things, and then you would like stick them on this card. And when you filled up the card, you would take the card back, and then Publix will give you like a china set,
like a China set.
they will give you
Get
sometimes
out.
like a few plates or cups or whatever, and we had like the whole collection. Like we
No
had the whole
freaking
collection.
way. That reminds me
Yeah.
of something. So in our case, in Honduras,
Mm-hmm.
you have the Coca-Cola glass cups
Oh yeah.
for Christmas that you could
Ah.
exchange or redeem, and there were different type of Coca-Cola glass.
Yeah.
So my grandmother, for my dad's side, she thought it was funny to collect them. So she used to go and get Coca-Cola just to exchange enough Coca-Cola bottles to get one glass of Coca-Cola
Oh my
Christmas
God.
style. So she
Qué
collected like
linda.
7 or 8 of them.
And they were special.
They were special. And then
Yes.
she put it in that same place that she had that special shine, of course, in the very bottom shelf, because the good stuff is in the top shelves.
Right.
So my grandmother collected those cups of Coca-Cola, those glass Christmas theme.
You know what else my parents collect?
Oh gosh, you said it with a half a second pause, so it might mean something. Go ahead.
You know those cookie tins with the little like Dutch cookies, like the sugar cookie thing that looks like a pretzel,
Mori.
the little round one, the
Mori.
little thing. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, and then you would get excited
Oh.
because you're like, "Oh my god, there's cookies. Yay." And then you go open it and it will be a sewing kit.
And so it kid.
And then you went and
My
opened
grandmother had photos.
Yes, and then you would open like another, like my mom had like those big saltine crackers, like Keebler Elves
Yes.
green tins, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get me a cracker," and then you open it and it's full of rice, and you're
I'm
like,
giving goosebumps because I remember.
like everything.
I remember. What was the name of the brand of those cookies though? It came in the tin in the tin.
I don't even know,
round.
but they're out now because they're all like it's all Christmas stuff. I give them I
know.
give my dad like a giant thing of cookies every year.
Yes, and those are butter cookies.
Yes,
Are they?
yes, they're like butter cookies. I
And
don't
they
know.
put
I thought
some
they were
sugar on
Dutch.
top, Dutch
or
kind of style.
Belgium. I have no idea, but they are like at Walgreens. Like you can get them anywhere.
I'm
And
telling you, every time that I open
they
one
came
of
in a
those,
blue tin.
yes, ma'am.
A
Yes.
blue, like a royal blue tin.
Royal blue tint.
And sometimes for Christmas they have like a carriage and a horse and like snow, like like Christmassy.
Every time that I crack open
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those things, just brought me back. The smell of the cookies brings me
Yes.
back when I was a kid.
And
And that was fancy cookies where I grew
They
up.
all
though.
taste the same, but they don't.
They don't exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would eat them. I'm like the pretzel one is different than the round one, but they're exactly the same thing. But in my mind, they taste different. You know.
And they only come out at Christmas, or at least they're popular in Christmas.
Yeah, that's the one they're most popular. I think I've seen them in Latin stores though throughout the year. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. But
Oh my God, we're
I
getting
don't
so close to
know.
Christmas, my girl.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. I'm going back to Honduras for Christmas, by the way.
Are you?
Yes, I'm going to see my sister and some cousins and some
I
aunties.
won't see you for
Yes. I
Christmas.
haven't seen my sister like in a year, so I'm gonna go and surprise her.
Aw.
I know.
Are you going to be back for New Year's?
Yes. And you know what?
You want to get dressed up?
Shut up.
Let's do something.
Let's do something special for the
Even if it's-
audience.
Even if it's in my living room, I still want to wear.
Yes.
Like let's get dressed up and go to the living room
And go to get the grapes, the 12 grapes, and eat them.
Make un penin.
I want to make tamales, but I don't know how to make them. But I'll tell you that I make them, but I bought it from some Mexican lady
I would
probably off
love.
the road.
I would love tamales.
Oh
I
my
haven't had
God.
like a tamal. I like the Cuban tamal though. They're not the same.
I never tried one Cuban tamal. Can you
Really?
believe? I always tried the Honduran tamales, Nicaraguan tamales, which is in Latin America. Besides the Mexicans, are the most popular. So the Nicaraguan
Puerto Ricans make pastel, which
pastel,
is
but I've never tried those. But I think it's the same recipe.
I don't know. I don't think so because they use a banana leaf.
Well, I use the banana leaf. Now the Mexican style, of course, they have the banana leaf, of course, that one. But
They use
they're-
the corn.
But the corn,
The
how do you
corn
say-
husk.
the corn husk type of.
Yeah.
It's the most popular one, the one that you see.
That's
off
what
the
we use
streets.
for Cubans is the corn.
Oh, you could corn host? Oh, nice. So one of
Yeah.
these days we can just go ahead and go buy some tamales.
Let's go
and-
get some recipes and make tamales. Why
You
not?
know what we should do one of these days?
I
in
bet
one
you
of
it
our
would be good.
podcasts?
What?
Just bring food and try it and see what we taste.
From like different countries.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
You know what I would like for you to make me?
What?
A papusa.
A pupusa?
Pupusa.
Pupus. Oh my God. I tried one time when I was in Honduras. I rented an apartment back then. And then I was brave enough to get the dough and pupusas and the chicharrones and
Oh
grind
my
it and that.
god.
No, honey. I ended up buying fried chicken for dinner.
It was bad.
It was horrible. I
Okay, never
had
mind.
no idea how to do it. But the Salvadorian ladies and the Hondurans, which is the country that we share that dish, that's like the...
That's
how
a
do you
staple.
It's a staple.
Yeah.
The pupusas are delicious. I'll make you one of these
No, don't
days.
make me one. Let's just find a good place to go and then we'll go eat there.
I
Let's
don't
do
want to
that
have food
instead.
poisoning.
Okay, first of all, it sounds like we're really hungry because all we're talking about is food.
I know.
So I'm gonna tell you the story I heard.
About what? Tell me.
It's gonna be a little bit interesting here.
Oh, God.
So there was this weekend, I just saw this released. This happened in New York City. So I want to tell you about this and see what your reaction is.
gosh.
Okay, so this woman, she goes on she gets on one of those dating apps, which it's funny because I met my husband on a dating app. You met your husband on a dating app. So for us, it's like, and it was almost like shameful for a little bit. Like we wouldn't tell people that we actually met like on eHarmony. We met on eHarmony.
I made in Tinder.
Aye. Yours is way sassier than mine.
Shut up.
So I was like, for a while we didn't tell people, but I'm like, whatever. Everybody does it. And then I came to find out, like everybody that we've met that has met their spouse, like in like the adult years, they met them through some sort of app.
I've
you know?
never met someone who did not.
Or like Facebook or whatever. So, so whatever. Kudos to you. So this lady, she's single. So she starts going on this app and she meets a guy and she agrees to meet him for
Okay.
dinner.
Okay.
They meet. They have a great time. So, the guy's really nice. Everything's great.
Okay.
They hung out for a little while after dinner, like, just spending time with each other. Like after the dinner ended, they were still there talking and enjoying each other's time.
Like normal.
Like normal. And she's like, wow, this is a nice guy. And, whatever. But she's very cautious. So she's like, okay. It wasn't like a go meet up and hook up kind of thing. It was like she's looking for a relationship.
Yeah.
And so the guy goes and she goes to her apartment in New York and he goes home and then she gets a phone call and she's like, oh my God, how sweet. Like he literally leaves and gives me a call. Like, hey, like you're thinking like, oh, he's calling me because he's going to tell me he had a good time or he wants to see me again or whatever. So she's like all pumped out about this. And the guy's like, hey, you know, I had a great time of the day and everything, but, you know, stupid me, I left my house key inside my apartment, and my roommate, he's not home yet. He's out, you know, partying or
Okay.
whatever. And I have no idea, like, you know, right now, I don't know when he's going to be home, and I don't, you know, I'm not,
Okay.
I can't get into my apartment.
Okay.
So she's like, oh my God, that's awful. So she's like, okay, well, if you want, you know, you can come over to my house, you know, you can come over to my apartment and until, you know, cause it's New York, it's cold, it's whatever. She doesn't want the guy to be outside. She just met, you know, but she just met this guy.
Yeah.
She just met
That's
him.
a freaking high risk.
Right. Super high risk. So he goes over to her apartment. They go there. So they're hanging out in her living room. She's having, you know, conversations with him. He's not being rude. He's not being like trying to pass the line. He's not there to get anything out of
Okay.
her. Is it like the feeling that she gets like, oh, okay, like he's here like legit. Like he can't get into his apartment. He's spending time with me here. He seems like a decent guy. You know, okay, fine. So the time and time passes and he's like, yeah, my roommate's not answering the phone. He's not answering the phone. So, and he's not replying to my text. So she's like, oh, okay. She's like, well, I'm like super tired. How about this? You can stay out in my living room. You can stay on my couch until you get a hold of your roommate. And I'm just going to go to bed. So she goes to bed. She locks her door. Smart. Out of all the things, that one.
Smart.
That's the one smart. She locks her door and she leaves the guy in the living room. She says she went to bed. And the guy apparently like later on after a while, after he woke her up knocking on her door. And he's like, hey, can I have a phone charger? Because my phone just died. And if my roommate comes back, I'm not going to be able to, you know, communicate with him. And she's like, she didn't open the door. She said, okay, there's a charger in the kitchen. Go ahead and use that. So she thought, okay, that's taken care of. She never opened the door. Then a few minutes later, he comes back and knocks on her door again. Hey, the charger's not working. Can I, do you have an extra one in your bedroom?
Okay.
Now she's like, wait a minute.
Okay,
That
this is
question
weird.
was very specific.
Yeah.
So she's like, hold on a minute. She gets on the phone, calls 911. Calls 911, tells them, hey, you know, tell them the story. There's a guy here, whatever. And I don't feel safe right now. Can you send an officer? So they send an officer over to her house.
Yeah. Okay.
She hears them. The guy actually opens the door, lets the officer opens the door, and the policeman is there. And then they arrest him. They literally arrest him.
For what?
So she hears a knock on. She didn't come out at all
Okay.
while he's
I'm
dealing with the
listening.
cops.
I'm listening.
She knocks on her bedroom door, and they're like, ma'am, can you come out here? We need you to look at some things in your apartment, and we're writing a report, and he's going to be arrested. And she's like, what? So she opens the door. Her entire house
Okay.
was covered in plastic. Like he was going to freaking murder her.
No.
And this is a true story. This is literally a true story. Just happened.
I believe it.
New York.
As soon as you say New York, it is possible. Oh my God. So she
She could have been murdered. He was literally setting up her. He was like Dexter. He was setting up her apartment to like catch all the blood.
Dahmer, is that you?
Oh my God, people. I'm just gonna put
Crazy.
this out there because it is the holidays, and sometimes our hearts become a little bit softer.
Yes, and a little
And-
bit empty.
And
a
we
little
feel,
whatever it is.
yeah, and then we feel for people, and sometimes the loneliness kicks in, and you're like, man, it'll be nice to meet somebody. Be careful. Just
Yeah.
be careful because this is also a time that people prey on
Yes.
the fact that you're vulnerable.
Yes.
So that was just shocking. I saw that and I
story
was
is
like, oh
crazy.
my God, that was insane. So
Wow.
just be careful
That
out there.
gave me like I was not expecting that turn, that twist right there.
How many
I thought I was
times-
gonna say like that he tried to abuse her or rob her, but not walk out to your bedroom, and you have a whole setting for you to be dismembered.
It was going to be a murder scene, yeah.
Oh, talking about creepy stuff real quick. Now they just popped in my head. I was watching real quick.
Yeah.
I was watching a one of those investigation discovery kind of thing.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And then one thing led to another. What long story short, do you know that there is a cannibal community?
A cannibal?
I know. That was like 2-3 days ago. So there's crazy people in this world.
They eat each other. They eat other
Yes,
people.
out of Germany, and they just found out in the dark web.
Like people
I
that are
know.
alive.
Yes.
They will go get them and eat them.
Yes, eat them. I know.
Oh my
I'm telling you.
God.
So there's crazy people out there. So never trust a new person that you just met.
Seriously. Listen, you guys, if you've been listening to us, this is literally how our conversations go. We jump from one thing to another with no rhyme or reason. But this is our friendship.
No, we always have something to talk.
So that we never run out of topics because anybody that listens to us, they're like, these are two ADHD mofos right here. 'Cause they have mofos.
Mofo, and homo.
Mira que hablamos
Hablamos de todo.
una cosa para la otra, para la otra, para la otra.
Hablamos.
And then we're also like switching between English and Spanish. That's why this is the Latin
Love
minute
it.
because we don't watch it. We just say what we say.
That is crazy. Oh my goodness.
It is insane. But anyway, and I'm gonna close with this because we are in December, and in December sometimes you need some extra help. You know, you got things to clean, you got laundry to do, you've got all this stuff going on. Well, you may want to think about a Tesla robot.
What? I'm not. Thank you. Oh,
Yes.
or I don't know. Talk to me.
Okay, so the Tesla robot right now is literally like the hot thing. It's like 20 grand per robot, I think it is. You can finance them and they will do your laundry. They will do all kinds of stuff. They will follow you around. They'll play, games with you. It's crazy. It's crazy. So this robot, this dude I was watching on Facebook, and I sent you the link earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was hilarious. He bought a robot for his robot. So he's got 2 Tesla robots, and they're literally in his living room. They're making him drinks like it's like a club. They're making him drinks because they know how to mix drinks and stuff.
Of course they do.
Of course they do. And they're having a dance party.
Get out.
The robots are having like a dance off. Like I was like, cracking up because I'm like, okay, there's $40,000 literally gyrating in your living
in my
room.
living room. I think if we Latinos that we get a robot to clean our house, I think our mothers or ourselves will be behind the robot trying to make it better. The cleaning.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like what your mother did to me
Is
when I
it
cleaned
worth
her house.
$20,000? I would have them outside pulling weeds in my garden. I would have them fold my laundry. Organize.
Oh my
They can
God.
organize your like kitchen and stuff like that. I wonder if they can build stuff for you. Like I need shelves. Build me some shelves in this corner. That will make it worth it for me. If it could dig out a pool, give it a whatchamacallit, a shovel.
A shovel?
And
Una
just have
pala?
just have the robot out there digging a pool for me.
Oh my
like, would that
God.
work? Can you do that?
We're going to be so lazy. I love
Yeah.
it.
I just need to figure out. Let me start GoFund us for a
Let's do
robot.
it for a robot because we are.
If we get 20,000 listeners and they all just send us $1,
Think about it. We can get a robot.
we can get a Latin minute robot.
A Hispanic robot.
Yes.
Someone who can wake us up telling it's time to clean the house on this beautiful Sunday at
Yes.
3 a.m. in the morning.
And don't be lazy.
And don't be lazy.
Yes. And why do you look like that?
Exactly.
And why are you
are you
fat?
laughing? I'm going to give you a reason for you to laugh.
Why are you fat?
Mom, is that you?
Oh my God. Okay, well, that's all I got for you today. So you guys, before we leave, we always like to dance our way out of here. So you ready, Fausto? You want to have some dancing?
Yes, let's do it.
Well, all right, before we go, let's go ahead and give a big shout out to all of our sponsors. So thank you to SJC Technology. You can contact them at 239-324-9039 or visit the website at www.sjctech.com for all of your IT needs. Don't forget, they are your custom IT department. And we also have the Horton Agency. How do they
Yeah,
get
which
a
is
Horton?
Fausto. So if you want to contact me to get insurance on your homeowners and auto, you can contact me at 239-359-6419, or you can go straight to Facebook at Fausto Gonzalez, insurance agent, and you'll see my face.
All right. Now let's,
Thank you.
everybody.
Muévelo.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with us and through going through this journey with us.
Gracias.
Till next time, happy holidays.
Coman tamales gorditos.
Lechón, lechón, lechón.
Arroz, 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 arroz.
Flan, flan, flan.